Hello and welcome back to my channel. Sunny, and I can't really see. It's not too windy and you can hear me through the mic. And hopefully these dodgy clouds that I'm seeing through the screen are not going to open up and rain on me. Anyway, I digress. So I wanted to talk about the loop trap. Dun dun dun. So if you don't know what a loop is, it's something you get yourself into. The name self-explains it, but it's a blind side of the mind, of the ego, and it keeps you in this, and quite often you don't know you're in it. And I've definitely been in that space many times. There's probably many loops I don't see, and some I do. But what I wanted to speak to you about is, in particular, relationship loops, because I've been in these, and I also see other people around me in these as well. And so it's happening all over the show. And it seems to be that what traps us in these loops are two main things. One is false feel good, which is basically where there's an external something that's giving you something and it feels really good. And the other one is fear. So for whatever reason, fear holds you in the loop that you keep repeating. So with relationships, whether they're romantic relationships, a love affair, whatever you want to call it, or just a platonic friendship, work colleague relationship, we tend to really quickly settle into a path of how we've always been. We just do what we've always done. However, the mind kind of can trick us quite quickly into this time or something's different. And maybe we've done a little bit of self-reflectiveness and we feel like we're in a different place, or the person comes across very different initially. And so we feel like we're not going to enter into the same situation we have been in before. And then slowly over time, maybe some masks slip, maybe there's been some time to get to know the person a little bit more. You start to see maybe a bit more of their true colors or how they express or whatever. But really, all of that comes back to you. And I realized this when I started to look at the relationships I have had, and that it was predominantly, like, without blaming externally, I was in this situation again because I was looking for something from the other person. I was wanting something from the other person. And this has really happened all my life through all my connections. And I would be brave enough to say that most people function this way when they are looking for connection. They're wanting something from someone else. And this is the thing that really got me fucked up, basically, in a position where I was like, because I was wanting something from other people that I wasn't aware that I wasn't giving myself. And one of the things is, in relationships, we tend to enter into a game of hero, victim, and villain. And I first read about this in the book that I mentioned in my last video, Wano, and he explains it really well. And when I read this, I was like, whoa, yeah. And predominantly, I think I've been the hero in relationships. And then the other person has been the victim and flopped into villain. And then, of course, I've been the victim and the villain. And then we flop around in this game and no one really wins. And we're just in a loop. And the other person initially, like when you get into a new relationship, it just doesn't necessarily seem like that. It seems like they are a different person. They may present differently, but in actual fact, it's the same because you're the same. And so when I started to realize this, I was like, whoa, I'm just going to enter into relationship after relationship after relationship with anyone and repeat the same shit if I don't look at what I'm doing, like what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to be, what I'm trying to ask for from the other person, and start looking how I can give this to myself so that I don't put that pressure and expect that externally. And that's really changed how I come into relationships, how I want to be in relationships. So if you are or have been in relationships where the same patterns come about, it's really, I implore you to have a look, turn the camera around and have a look at yourself and see where and what you're asking for from the other person. What are you looking for that you can't give yourself? And this will create change. Much love, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.